Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Hearthstone. We are continuing to climb the Season 4 test ladder. I actually don't really want any of this in this opening hand. The Sunfury Protector is something that I may have considered keeping, but overall, that hand wasn't necessarily anything that fantastic. This is a little bit better. We are playing against a rogue, so I'll be interested to see if he's running more of a aggro. Well, there's really two things that I expect. It's either going to be a mid-range style deck or more of a later game Miracle Rogue deck. So starting off there with the Leper Gnome, I might be running. I'm gonna just take 1 damage from this. Sort of assuming now, seeing that Leper Gnome, that we're going to be up against the mid-range style. So doing the using the Wrath on that for the 1 damage, we get the card draw. The other great thing though is that instead of attacking into it, hitting it with the spell makes it so that we do end up taking 2 less damage from that, which is of course nice to have. I'm gonna see a Sinister Strike from our opponent. Very interesting. Honestly surprised that he would play that, not comboing into something, because it's really sort of is how it's best used. And I think we're actually gonna, I think we're gonna go for the big drop here. We're gonna innervate, and we want the bear form. Gosh, I almost, I don't know. I'm like, that's not, I don't want him to be charged. Yeah, so go for the big old taunt. This is gonna stave off a lot of his damage. Might even end up having him use an eviscerate, which would be okay, because if we end up losing this to an eviscerate plus 2 more damage from another source, like he could backstab and then combo to eviscerate, that's a less backstab for a future minion, and that's an eviscerate that's not hitting my face. So it's also putting this big taunt in play stops him from picking me off with these little dagger attacks, which is potentially a play that he could have just done this turn. He could have just daggered up and then hit me for 1, but now he really doesn't have that option because we get the 4/6 in play, and also now we've got this huge threat for him to deal with. So alright, so he's gonna Deadly Poison, but even that is only 3 damage. Oh wow, that is not, oh gosh, that has to be suboptimal. Why would he do that? Alright, well he's in a lot of trouble right now because we're actually gonna restore the health now to this minion, bringing him back up to 6. Meaning whatever he had planned was just foiled. There was really, I don't know what he was thinking, because he just took 4 unnecessary damage right there. If he had waited a turn, what? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe that was his only option. I don't know. But he's actually gonna throw down an assassinate after coining, so he does end up getting rid of it, and he's gonna get rid of my second minion. But now he's down to 19, which I'm feeling okay about. Now at this point, with our 5, yeah, sure, we could just go with the Chillwind Yeti, but why don't we? Oh well, actually. Sure, why don't we drop down the Drake, get the card draw off of it as well. It's 4 damage nonetheless. The only dangerous thing, the only reason I contemplated not playing this is that a combo to Eviscerate will kill it, whereas a combo to Eviscerate would not kill this unless he also coupled it with a backstab first. So he's gonna sap the minion to our hand. Okay, that's not the worst of things. And then he's gonna get a comboed Perdition's Blade for 2 damage to our face. So obviously we could just replay this, but instead I think next turn we're gonna throw down Bloodhoof. And then we'll have to see what the opponent throws at it. We do have a Faceless Manipulator, which will be very nice. Can copy a Bloodhoof if it doesn't take damage this turn, or even just copying something as simple as a Yeti can be good. Not any huge late game creatures in this deck, so this is just a druid control deck. No huge late game creatures. We are running Cenarius, but Cenarius is more to pump up your other creatures or get those minions in place. So, all right, so he's gonna hit this guy for 2, taking 4 to the face, and then does 2 more with a Perdition's Blade and doesn't have a kill for it. So then he's taking further damage. I'm really not sure what this guy is doing, to be perfectly honest with you. Not the greatest plays though, that's for sure. All right, let's go with this so we can get the card draw. See what we end up getting. We end up getting a Wrath. Actually, I was gonna claw into that, but why don't we just Wrath it for 2? And then we're gonna hit him for 4. And now we still have that 4/1 in play. We got rid of his Raid Leader, which will stop any future minions that he drops down from getting pumped up. And now we've got 8 damage on the board. Then we can go 9, 10, 11. Obviously, this is gonna die, but It's just a matter of how. All right, so he's gonna throw a deadly poison on his weapon and then attack into the 4/4. Right, so unless he can also manage to kill this turn. Yes, we do in fact have the victory. And we could also just do this. Why don't we do that, actually? And then we hit for 8, and that is game number 1. Okay, game number 1 in the bag. Let's move on to another. Game number 2 happens to be against another rogue. It is not the same rogue, but it is a rogue nonetheless. We'll keep the Harvest Golem, and then we're going to ditch the other 3 cards, hoping for some more early game, some potential removal. There we go. We ended up getting the Claw. Also, the Druid of the Claw is nice to have, getting that big 4/6 taunt in play. Hello to you. So second rogue in a row, very interesting. Something I wanted to just briefly talk about while we get this game started here. I was perusing through the Hearthstone subreddit, and I saw a post that was talking about, so we could Harvest Golem, or we could save that coin. Let's save that coin. I read a thread that was talking about the length of the seasons and how some people were thinking it was pretty short, and I actually tend to agree with that. I think the seasons are fairly short. Now this is entirely selfish. I'm not talking from the sake of, I think it'd be better game balance, blah, 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 this and that. No, this is an incredibly selfish motive, but because I don't play a ton, the seasons feel way too short to me. Like they end too quickly, and then you're dropped back down to rank 25, and you have to climb all the way back up. Now for someone who plays consistently, I think it doesn't matter. It's fine, because you just spend a few days playing on a semi-regular basis, and you're gonna be all set. I'm just gonna silence that and then backstab and weapon attack into it. All right. So my initial plan was to Druid of the Claw this turn, but I think instead we'll go into that guy to take him out. So we'll go like this and that. Yeah, so it is purely selfish. I fully admit that, because I don't play a ton. To have it reset once every 30 or so days, is just a little frustrating for me. But again, if you're someone who plays consistently, it probably doesn't matter to you, because if you're playing, a couple of hours of this game every single day, then it's just fine. It's fine and dandy for you. All right, so he plays a Zordrake. I actually don't know. Gosh, I might have to charge into that thing, to be honest with you. Oh, you know what? This would be a pretty decent play, too. So I was just going to play this, but then he can combo Eviscerate, kill it. I could just play this as well. But I don't... But this guy will come back if he does kill it a single time. So I'm going to coin up. We're going to go ahead and play Bloodhoof. And this gives us a kill condition for his 4/4. And if he kills this, it will still come back as a 4/5. So that's good. I think that was probably the ideal thing to play. Oh, here's a Tank Master. Please be a 5/5. Thankfully. Whew. Thankfully. All right, please don't have removal for it, too. No, it's a deadly poison. Oh, no, you got backstab, too? Oh, my gosh, does he have a backstab, too? Please don't. That'd be awful for me. I mean, I could just Force of Nature to kill that thing, but... Oh, he's gonna actually remove it himself. Wow, very interesting. So we are not gonna Force of Nature. I did... Ooh, 3 attack from that. Could get this in play. Could just go with the 4/6. Taunter. Could also play this to get rid of his creature, but ideally I'd like to save this for something else, I guess. So yeah, let's just play the 4/6 taunt. He needs more than what he's got in play to kill it, so he's gonna have to use at least 1 card to finish this thing off. Or he could potentially stall and just play creatures and not attack, in which case we could set up for a big swipe. Even just a Force of Nature. I will use Force of Nature for creature removal if it's really necessary, but ideally you like to save it for later on. We'll have to see, though. Okay, so here's a combo to Eviscerate for 4, and then he's either going to attack into it or swing with a 2. Personally, I would take the damage and then leave my creature in play, and it looks like that's what he decides to do as well. Take the damage, leave the creature in play. Okay, so we've got the Force Roar combo now, so we want to save all this for turn 9. That's our best situation. Could do this and then attack in. Oh, you know what, actually? We can do this. Alright, we're gonna Blood Mage. And then we can do this, which is gonna end up killing that. And I guess I'll just get rid of... Yeah, let's get rid of the first iteration of that. I could hit him in the face too, but I'm gonna get rid of that first iteration, so we're just left with the 2-1. This allows us to shapeshift into it if need be, assuming this is going to die this turn. And then we were able to also kill his 2-2 that was in play. All right, so he attacks in that, bringing him down to 15. We get the card draw. There's the Cenarius. He attacks with the 2-1 and then plays a Rag. Holy moly. That's no good. It's no good at all. So we have the Tinkmaster, right? And that's going to be our best move for this card. We can't force Roar until turn 9. We keep our fingers crossed for a 1-1. He gets a 5-5, all right. So I go like this. We go like this. Kill that. Okay, all right. So it gives us the taunt, potentially protecting us from this 5 damage. He can just backstab the taunter though. And then in turn 9, we can either force Roar combo for 4, 8, 12, 14 damage. Or we can Cenarius with 2 taunters. If one of our creatures lives here, we will have fatal damage for next turn. Because it's, so it's 4, 6, 8, and then... Wait, I'm sorry. 4 + 6 is 8, 12, and then 13, 14. So we have 14 damage. So all that needs to happen is one creature needs to live, and that's not happening. Okay, so we're down to 7. So maybe we have to play the 2 taunters. All right, take a look at, we've got 9, so we can play this, get 2 taunters in play. We can force Roar, but that's not gonna do the trick, because I'm gonna get 3 4/4s, and then I'm gonna be at 2 attack, so I can't even kill both of those. So I sort of need the taunters. Could also silence this or do 2 damage. I could do 2 damage to that, and then hit it with Wrath. That's gonna be 6, and then I'll have 7, 8, 9 left. I guess I could just do that, and then I'd have, yeah. But then I think my best bet is to try to get these taunters in play. Well, is to get these taunters in play, because even if I kill this, all right, and then armor up, I'm at 8. All he would have to do is hit me with this, and then combo to Eviscerate to finish me off. So now he's got, if he has 2 mass damage, he can get by these taunters, and then he's okay to kill me. But if he can't, all right, so if he has a backstab, he's gonna remove 1, attack into another one, hit me for 4, and then he could combo to Eviscerate for the win. It looks like he has the win here. So here's an Assassinate. Okay. And then an SI set, okay, so he's got other potential damage there, and then he hits me for the victory. All right, game number 2 is a loss. Well, let's move on to a 3rd match. Our 3rd game for today is against a fellow druid. Let's get rid of the Force of Nature. Let's hold on to these. I like the Yeti against a druid, and I like the Earthen Ring Farseer to heal up the Yeti. And we get a Sunfear Protector for some bonus taunt. Okay, very cool, very cool. So this will be interesting. If he's running a Watcher style deck, typically this, because this is a non-Watcher. This is a non-Watcher Druid control deck. So if he's running the Watcher style, my deck is supposed to have an advantage. Obviously, you know, RNG, however the cookie crumbles, like anything, things can happen, right? It's a card game, but if he is running that Watcher style, I should have the advantage. He could also be running a token style Druid deck, which I'll be interested to see how that would play out, because I don't think I've played against one of those with this particular deck. All right, so he's gonna get a bunch of minions in play here. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Well, that is problematic, to say the least. I don't want to do this without any benefit, so we are actually just going to do that. And attack into him. And then I'll be taking some damage this turn, and then I can Earthen Ring Farseer to heal myself back. I just didn't want to overheal. And I don't even know what I'm going to do. This is not looking good. Not a good start for us. Here's a Shield Master. Yeah, not a good start at all. Very, very aggressive style here that we're playing against.
I must safeguard the land.
So you can't target those, but Battle Cry does do the trick. Where is it? There it is. The Fairy Dragon. So Fairy Dragon can still be hit with Battle Cry.
Safeguard the land.
He's gonna do 2 damage to that and then finish it off with that guy. He still has a lot of damage he's throwing my way. Lots of damage. So I can play an Azure Drake and hope it lives for the turn, so that I can then follow it up with a 5-hit swipe. But what are the chances of it living through that? Why don't we actually just go with the Chillwind? Yeah, why don't we go with the Chillwind Yeti? So Chillwind Yeti is safe from a swipe. Chillwind Yeti also survives. Well, it dies to both of these, but it would bring this guy down to 1 health, which would mean a follow. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna get a pretty value swipe here. He's doing a ton of damage, like he's in a fantastic position, but we are gonna get a pretty valuable swipe here. Alright, so let's see how long I do it this way. And then we go swipe that thing. And then with our remaining 2, I think we kind of need to give this thing taunt, because we are pretty low. We need to try to prevent as much damage as possible. And then also this is giving us a minion to attack with in the future, whereas if I played Nat, we wouldn't have had that, so. Alright, so he is gonna remove that from play, as expected. I'm sitting on 7 this turn. So I can heal myself up. Ooh, more than 7. Let's go with this. Let's see the card draw. Okay, it's a Yeti. Let's use the coin to pop this in play.
I got this.
And gosh, we desperately need taunts, but I don't know that we're going to be afforded that luxury.
I got this.
That's really not looking good, to be perfectly honest.
This time for sure.
Tinkmaster. Get the 1/1, of course. Why wouldn't we? Oh wow, he's not going for my face here. That's actually a huge surprise. That is actually a huge surprise that he's not going for my face. And RNG did not work in our favor. Well, I mean, it's not that much of a surprise because he could have been worried about, you know, there's all sorts of things we could have thrown down that would have been a problem for him. All right, let's 5, see what we get. Okay, and then we're gonna heal ourselves up and get a 3/3 in play. Kill off one of his 2/1s. So the big scary thing is turn 9. We're gonna see a force roar from him, and he's probably going to win right there.
I must safeguard the land.
He's gonna do 2 damage to it. And then he's taking out my stuff here. I'm gonna attack into both of those, and then attack into my 1 remaining minion. Yeah, so we are pretty undoubtedly screwed here. Oh, let's gain some life. Awesome, we're gonna go for gain life. It does this all the time. This frustrates me to no end. It automatically pops back in play. It is so annoying, my gosh. We're gonna Nat. Hoping for some card draw. Beautiful, beautiful. Happy to get the 1. Happy just for the 1. The life gain put us out of the death range from the Force Roar combo, which is great. However, it is still not over. Oh, there's the Sarah, so we can copy that, which will be good, but not looking great here. I'm gonna copy Sarah. And then why don't I go like this? Go 4 damage. Pulling off that minion. And then we're just going for his face at this point. So he's already used Tinkmaster. He's already used Tinkmaster. Oh gosh, the nightmare. Unless he gets the win this turn. Oh, double is Sarah, that's funny. Please don't give him taunt. that actually does a lot too. Damn it. Alright, 4, 9, it's not enough. We can play some taunters. We can get some taunters in play, which would be really helpful. Alright, let's see, 4, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. I could get 12 damage through this turn, which is not enough. I'm trying to think here. Yeah, so I pretty much need the taunters at this point.
I wonder.
Man, oh man, this sucks. And obviously he has another Acera Awakens. There's no way he doesn't. Chances are that he doesn't not have an Acera Awakens. We could go 5 health. So that way if he does have an Acera Awakens, he doesn't outright kill us. See what I'm saying? So he got 2 cards, so he's got a pretty good chance of having Acera Awakens. If he does, then Cenarius is dead, and then he hits it. So at least with this, we still get some life, and would be at 12 after he threw down Acera Awakens. So, all right, and then with our last remaining, I'm gonna give myself some extra health here. Because again, I'm assuming he has an Acera Awakens. I just assume that he does. If he's got 2, I'm dead no matter what, but if he just has 1, then I could still live this turn, unless he's also throwing down some big charge damage. Oh my gosh, what is he doing? Are you serious? Is he going to kill my Acera? Okay. 10 attack? What the heck? You gotta be kidding me. No way.
I can see.
Wow, okay. We win! Fantastic. I most certainly did not expect to win in that last game, but we ended up pulling it out. Thankfully. He should have gone for the taunt. And I don't know why he conceded. That should have been a taunt that he played. Maybe he clicked on the wrong thing, and that's why, I don't know. Whatever, that's the game. All right, guys, so I ended up winning 2 out of those 3. Like I said in the last video, I'm gonna keep playing, keep trying to climb the ladder, get myself back up to around rank 5. So stay tuned as we continue that grind. I'm gonna try to put in some good time this weekend. Hopefully get myself at least up to 10 by the end of the weekend. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Hearthstone and other great gaming content here on the channel. Keep watching and keep owning.